Hi, this is Casey Truby. Now I'm going to tell you the tactical mistake number 2 that we make. We sell too much. Yes, I know that's hard to believe, but when I look at I'll give you an example. I look at an accountant's website and that guy lists arbitration and arbitrage and evaluations, divorce reconciliations, income taxes, tax planning, pension plans. It goes on and on and on. 65, 70 different specialties. Now, how can you specialize in 70 different things? Now, you think that's funny? I got to tell you, I see it happen over and over and over in retailers and everywhere else. We get into business and we have one product line. This is kind of an add-on product. Seems like a good idea, and we slap it in there. You go into a Mexican food market, and all of a sudden they're selling piñatas, and they're selling Mexican decorations, or they're selling some sort of Mexican music. And the reason we know this is because we live in San Diego a lot of the year, so we see a lot of that down here. And what happens is, the business owner gets too strung out on too many ideas or projects, and we don't get focused on getting known for one particular item, for one particular market. Here's what I tell my accountants, for example. Work in 5 or 6 zip codes. Only work with companies doing 5 to 100 employees. Now, this is when they're selling outsourcing. And only be known for doing outsourced bookkeeping. So we've marketed to the 5 zip codes, not the whole United States. Only to those people with 5 to 100 employees. There's only about 1,500, 2,000 in that neighborhood, that marketplace. And we're only going to offer one thing to that group. And when we do this, here's what happens. We get known for that one solution. And at any given time, 3% of the people in that market have that one problem. And when they hit that one problem, guess who they think about? Mr. Specialty. And so I see this over and over and over in business. We make a tactical mistake of selling too many items, too many services, too many products, too many locations, and we get ourselves strung out instead of focusing on 1 or 2 things and just selling the hell out of those. And so we need to get out of this. And here's the answer on how we're going to do it. We're going to look in our QuickBooks. We're going to look in our accounting software. Now, you'll remember that I told you mistake number 2 is we have an assumption about our cash flow, that we're optimistic about our cash flow. And number 1 was you have assumptions that are not correct. And I promised you I was going to give you some results on how to get out of those problems. Well, here it is. Start paying attention to your accounting data, because every one of our inaccurate assumptions could have been figured out if we'd watched what's going on in the accounting. Second thing, on the cash flow. We could have figured this out. We wouldn't run out of cash if we're doing cash projections, if we're watching how much money's coming in next week, and we're a little bit thoughtful about the money coming in. So here's how we're going to get out of selling too much. We're going to look at our profit and loss statement, and we're going to look at it by profit, by product. And if we see products that aren't making us money, we seriously better start asking, how come I got that? And then we've got employees to support that product. And then I got a salesman coming in here to call on me about that product. Then I got to pay insurance to cover that product. Then I got to buy floor space and buildings and signs and advertising, and the product's not making me money. What, is that plumb nuts or what? So we can get out of this if we're looking at our financial statements and figuring out, what do we do that doesn't make any sense? And now listen to that. Isn't that funny? We're right back to mistake number 1, assumptions that are in error. It all comes back to that, doesn't it? It's Casey Truby, Lonesome Cowboy. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you about the 3rd mistake we make, and then we're going to start building our way back to wealth.